there goes the stomping. Hello, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. This will be a tag video. I don't even really know what to call it because I feel like a tag video you have to tag people. Like, duh, it's literally in the name. If anyone wants to do this, you can, but I just felt like filming today. This is also my third attempt at filming because my neighbors have been stomping so hard, get this, so hard that my desk and all the contents on my desk, they've been shaking this whole time. So I'm just going to try to stay peaceful and get this filmed and have a good time. But this will be a video on my most repurchased beauty products, and this is not including like applicators, brushes, like, you know, cotton pads, stuff like that. This is kind of just like, you know, typical like beauty products like skincare, hair care, makeup, stuff like that, consumables that don't end up in the trash. So I'll get started with an honorable mention. This is the Sephora collection brush, I don't know what it's exactly called, brush shampoo. If you've been following me for like at least this last 6 months, I would say you would have definitely seen this. And I buy the deluxe version, so they've lasted me very, very long. I'm currently, I think, on like almost done with my second deluxe size of it, or jumbo size of it. And I have a third ready to be used. This is a, you know, brush cleaning shampoo that cleans both brushes and sponges. I love it so much. I talked about it in my Sephora recommendations video. I've never used a single product that can effectively and easily clean brushes and effectively and easily clean sponges. I've just never seen a product like that, and this one does it. So I'm hoping this is a product that actually sticks around at Sephora because I will continue to buy it for as long as it's made. I love it. But I've only repurchased that, like, technically I haven't even gone through 2 yet, so, but this next product is probably my most repurchased product in my entire beauty collection. That is my e.l.f. Skin Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm, and this is in the jumbo size. I'm so glad they started making the jumbo size because I was going through even like the regular full sizes very quickly in less than 2 months. This lasts me just a little over 2 months, and it has 3.5 ounces. This is basically like the pharmacy makeup removing balm, but just way cheaper. I will say, I don't know how to describe it. The product is thicker and like slightly more of like an actual balm texture than the pharmacy one. I feel like the pharmacy just slips and slides around, which is nice, but like once you wash it off and you wash your face, absolutely all this comes off, so it doesn't really matter anyway. And this one is so much cheaper and lasts me so much longer, so I will always repurchase this. In fact, this is a backup I just have waiting in the wings to be used. I always have at least one backup. These next 2 products are similar, like they kind of serve similar purposes, but they are different in my opinion. And they are also extremely necessary. I'm not even kidding. I don't think I could get through a day without these. And that is my medicated, well, at least this one's medicated, my eczema creams. This little mini is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. I do definitely like the Gold Bond better, but this one comes in the teeny tiny size. And I prefer this size because this is so much easier to just throw in my purse. The smallest size Gold Bond makes is one that's like half the size, and it definitely does not fit in anything I carry around with me. So yeah, every time Sephora has a little 100-point perks for these, I always get as many as I can. But my absolute favorite, and the one that I always have on my nightstand, is my Gold Bond Eczema Relief Skin Protectant Cream. This just like is everything to me. I get really, really bad at eczema. Just FYI, I get really, really, really bad, like itchy, painful, like irritated red eczema. This is like TMI, but I get really bad eczema both on the backs of my hands and on my neck if I'm having, and it's caused by anxiety, but that's not what this video is about. Basically, for the past few years, I've been dealing with really bad eczema that happens when I get anxiety flare-ups. I also get eczema flare-ups as a symptom, and when it's extremely bad I get it on the sides of my neck as well. But just all the time, anytime I have like any level of anxiety, I get it on the backs of my hands, especially my left hand, which is always embarrassing because this is my swatch hand. So I always have to show you like my eczema scars and stuff. But yeah, I always have eczema like pretty much constantly on this hand. And my hand is like always cracking and like so dry and red and irritated from it. And I feel like the First Aid Beauty one, there must be something a little extra in it that will like burn my hands and like further irritate it if it's to the point where like my hands are cracking. And this one is so gentle and soothing, it doesn't feel like anything. In fact, I feel like it makes it feel better when I put it on, which it should. But also this will actually start to heal my eczema, whereas the First Aid Beauty one, it just temporarily makes it a little bit better, but it doesn't heal anything. This one does. So I will always have this, like I stock up on this. I always have at least two. A bit of a random one that I feel like most people in the kind of like makeup beauty community don't really talk about is astringent, but I need astringent to function. I always, not like every single day for everything, but I tend to need astringent, and I like to get the Neutrogena Clear Pore. I think Clean & Clear also makes one that's similar, so I kind of like interchange between the two. My mom taught me to use Seabreeze, that's what I grew up on, but these ones are much cheaper and easier to find. But it's just the oil eliminating astringent. When I was younger, in my oily and naive days, I would use this all over my face every single day and night. Now I kind of just use it sparingly on certain spots if I feel like I need it, but I do go through these maybe like every 3 months, I would say. And then probably the most recent discovery for me is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water, specifically in the waterproof version, the blue one. I love this stuff. This is of course a biphase makeup removing version. This specifically is special because unlike most biphase makeup removers, like the liquid, but you know what I'm talking about, but you know, like the Clinique Take Off the Day, or the one that my mom always uses is the Lancome one. This one does not leave my eyes feeling oily and like there's like a film over my eyes, and I hate that. And this one does not do it, and I don't feel like I need to kind of like clean my eyes after I use it. This is just perfect, and it's everything I need and want, and I just love it. And then another recent purchase is these Sephora collection cleansing wipes. This one is the aloe hydrating version, but I kind of just use any because technically these aren't makeup removers, so like they don't remove waterproof makeup or anything like that. But I do love these tiny ones because whenever I travel anywhere, I just throw a little, I think there are 10 in here. I throw a little pack of these in my bag, and I either pair these with a makeup remover, or I kind of just scrub my eyes with these to get my makeup off. And I know it's not good, but if it's only for like a weekend trip or something, it's okay to just do for a day or two. I don't know, that's me. Then I have sunscreen, and I did not get into sunscreen. That sounds so weird because it's like such a big important thing, but I did not get into sunscreen until maybe a year ago. Basically, when I was younger, I just hated sunscreen because like my mom would only buy the natural like zinc based ones because she was one of those like organic moms, but those only, like, I'll be real, only people with fair skin could wear those. They didn't make any for people with any sort of color in their skin. So I would always like, I was made fun of very badly when I was a kid for the sunscreen that I had to wear that would like actually turn me purple, and I'm not kidding. So I was kind of like traumatized by sunscreen. It wasn't until brands started coming out with like people of color friendly products that I started using them. And the two brands that I use most are Supergoop and Elf Skin. And Oh, I've repurchased unseen sunscreen so many times because, as I always say, because I'm not used to wearing sunscreen all the time, I like to get my sunscreen in my makeup products. So I always like to use this as my makeup primer. And yeah, I just love unseen sunscreen, but recently e.l.f. came out with their version of unseen sunscreen, and I feel like going forward I'll probably repurchase that one because it's so much cheaper. But I do have some of these still, so I'll get through them. But the one from e.l.f. that I really love is the Whoa Glow Sun Touchable sunscreen. This is like e.l.f.'s version of the glowy sunscreen from Supergoop, but I prefer this one because it's a lot less oily and runny and slippy. I just love this stuff so much, and I use it as a primer all the time. And yeah, I'll probably buy a full-size version of this whenever I run out of this, but I feel like I always have these little ones because they're always giving it out as like a free gift with purchase. Then finally, for skincare, I have my Tatcha products. I love Tatcha. It's pretty much my favorite skincare brand, even though they're very expensive. They do last you a long time, so if you just buy it like during their annual holiday sale, it'll probably last you all year. But my favorite line from Tatcha is the, you know, like the oily skin one. So this is the Deep Cleanse Face Wash. And then this is the water cream, which is their moisturizer. These are my favorites from Tatcha, and the Kissu lip mask, but I've only purchased that a few times. Never mind, I forgot two things. So these two lotions, this one is the Fenty Butter Drops. I love these. I purchased not this past holiday season, but the one before, when she had that little trio, the first trio. I bought four of them, and I'm finally almost through with my final one. Spoiler. But I love these, and I still have a full-size version of the white one. And then this one, I honestly don't know where else you can buy it, but it's from the brand Lantern Hill. And this one is in the spruce scent. This is my favorite scent from the brand. Every time I go up north, actually, I feel like this always happens. The shirt that I'm wearing is from up north in Minnesota. Every time I go up to that little town, if anyone knows where Virginia, Minnesota is, I always get these lotions from Pierogies. I love them, and yeah, I love a spruce scent. I can't wear it too much because it irritates, or it's like irritating to cats, but I just love my time when I can wear my spruce. Now for hair care, I love repurchasing a specific line from the brand Shea Moisture. This is the Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore like, I don't know, line. I love all these. I've gone through at least 4 sets of this exact one, and I just love everything about what they do to my hair. The only thing that I didn't like is it doesn't have exactly the best scent. The best way I can describe it is it smells a little bit like old Play-Doh. But what I've discovered, and I don't know why it took me so long to discover this, but you can just mix in a little bit of perfume into the leave-in conditioner, and then it's gonna smell, I don't know, however the perfume you add smells. So that's what I've been doing lately, and I feel like now that I've learned that hack, that'll probably be the only hair care set that I repurchase, at least for the time being, like the foreseeable future, except for I do love the Pattern products, so between that and Pattern. And then my other hair care product is this from Way. This is a leave-in conditioner. This is what got me into the brand Way. I think I must have gotten like a free sample of something. This one here is actually the little birthday one, I think from Ulta. This smells so good. It has the North Bondi scent from Way. I ended up purchasing the North Bondi scent. I purchased the Melrose Place scent because I purchased their detox shampoo, and that one smells amazing. Yeah, I just love Way, and this is what got me into the brand. And I would say like it's not quite as nourishing as the Shea Moisture or like an intensive leave-in conditioner, but I love it so much, especially for the scent, that I just keep buying it. A bit of a random one, but I love these, and I've purchased at this point probably like 10. I love these little native deodorants. I do also have a full size, but I love these little minis from Native. They're just, first of all, this is one of the only like cleaner, I don't think this is necessarily like a clean version, but one of the cleaner deodorants. This is one of the only ones that works for me. As I always say, I'm a very sweaty person. So I need something that actually works, but I also do get this whole video is TMI. I do get that armpit irritation very easily, so I have to be very careful with the deodorant that I do use. And this one not only works, but it doesn't irritate me, at least so far, and I've been using it for about a year now. I just love these, and I always have some with me. You can get them like, I think these are like $2 each for these minis, and they last me about 2 weeks. So yeah, these are perfect for travel, and I love them. I have one fragrance and then onto makeup, but Versace Bright Crystal. So technically I haven't actually repurchased these, but when I was in high school I had a little set. I can't remember like who got it for me, but I had a set with a full-size perfume, a roller ball, and then like the body wash, body lotion, everything like that. It took me about 10 years to get through, but I loved it so much. And then when I finally got through everything, I realized I really missed it. So I ended up, as a little point perk from Sephora, I got a little roller ball, and I've also gone through like different samples because, as you know, I'm always getting perfume samples. I've gone through multiple perfume samples, but I really wanted to just get a deluxe version, so I got this mini roller ball of it. And then as a little free gift with purchase, I figured, you know, that's not enough for me, I need more. So I got this little like mini dabber bottle of it, and it's just so cute. And it just reminds me of the original one. I think this was like my first perfume, like real perfume I ever had, so it's just very nostalgic for me. Now we're finally on to makeup, and this first one that I'm gonna mention, I've only repurchased once, but I did want to mention it just because it's an eyeshadow palette, and I have never, except for when I lost my Melt Mary Jane palette, I have never repurchased a palette that I've just like gone through, decluttered, and then bought again because I wanted to have it. But I did that with my e.l.f. Cosmetics Truffles palette. I love this quad. It is so pretty and so easy to use, and it's just like so compact and basic but beautiful, and it's good quality, and I love it so much that I had to repurchase it. This is my absolute favorite out of all those bite-sized quads that e.l.f. has, so I just wanted to mention it. Then on the topic of eyeshadow, of course, my Milani eyeshadow primer. This is my second tube, but this will be done probably by the end of this week. Like, I really have to squeeze it to get product, and I already have another one waiting. This will be, as long as it's still made, a forever purchase for me. Yeah, it's just like, it gets the job done, and it's so much better than some high-end ones that I've tried. So yeah, I think this is like everyone's repurchase. Ever since I started doing my makeup when I was like in my senior year of high school, maybe, I was like 17 years old, I have been putting eyeliner, black eyeliner. Now I've branched out recently to different colors, but black eyeliner every single day in my waterline. And I started out using Urban Decay Perversion, which I currently don't have with me, but I've repurchased that one so many times. That's like where all of my, I didn't even really get allowance. That's where all of my birthday and Christmas money went, to repurchase that eyeliner. But now recently I've discovered the Pat McGrath Permagel eyeliner. This is my second one. I barely have any left. This is my second one I'm going through. I have already repurchased it in a brown version, but I'm also gonna get another black version because I love this so much. This is the best. e.l.f. used to make one of these that was like literally just as good of like quality, lasting power, like everything, and they discontinued it, and it was like $3. Why couldn't they just, if they were having trouble, why couldn't they just up the price by $1 or $2? I don't know why they did that, but if I need to, I will just keep repurchasing the Pat McGrath one because it is so good, and again, it's something that I do every day. I have a few lip products. One I don't have with me, which I realized when I was preparing for this video, which is Milani Teddy Bear. I don't know what happened to that. I was like halfway through it. It's kind of a bummer because I was panning it, that tube, for so long. But yeah, I've gone through maybe like 3 or 4 tubes, and then I had that half done tube that is just gone. I don't know where, but now that I know it's gone, I will definitely repurchase it again. Maybe not right now because I have a lot of lipstick, but for the ones that I have, another one that I've been wearing probably just as long is Clinique Super Strawberry. I'll give you a little sneak peek into how much I have left. This is all I have left of this one. I've gone through a few full-size tubes and a few minis. I love this so much. I mean, it's not because I tried other formulae and other colors and other brands. This isn't like a tippity top favorite, but I'm sure that I will end up repurchasing this in the future at some point because I do love this so much, and it's just a classic. And speaking of classic, MAC Whirl. This is my 3rd tube of this. I got it, well, my mother's friend got it for me for my birthday when I was like 18, I think. I went through it, repurchased it. I had to declutter that one, but that one was like half gone anyway because I had been panning it. But it was like starting to go bad a little bit, and then I just back to MAC'd it to get just another tube of the same lipstick. I love MAC Whirl so much. It is so beautiful. And I've been using this since before Kylie made it popular. Not that that's important, but I just wanted it to be known that this shade has existed for a very long time. And it still smells so good. I need to use this more often before this tube goes bad. As you can see, it's a different day. Yeah, technical difficulties. And I kept running out of storage to film, so I just gave up. And it's like 3 days later, 4 days later, I can't remember. But I'm going to finally finish the video. I just have 2 items to talk about. And if you can hear someone talking in the background, I have family over visiting, so don't mind that. My final makeup product is, of course, my Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. I love this stuff so much. This is my 4th tube, I would say, because, I mean, like, technically it's my 4th tube. I went through half of a full-size tube of this, and then I lost it. But then I also went through an entire mini from one of her holiday sets, and then I went through like an extra mini tube. If you like ever see those 100 point Sephora Perk Fenty gloss bombs, first of all, I always get them if I ever like am already making an order. I was gonna say I would never make an order just for a gift with purchase, but honestly, there's a possibility. Anyway, that's so bad of me to say on a panning channel. But this is technically my 4th tube of this, and I just love this stuff. This shade is definitely my favorite. I've only ever repurchased one other shade. If she came out with her cheeky like red orange shade again, I would definitely repurchase that. But shout out to Joe for telling me she came out with a different orange shade. You know, I've already snatched that one up. I love orange. But anyway, this is definitely my most repurchased lip gloss in my entire collection ever. I think the fact that it's warm toned as well, like a warm tone nude, it just goes with my skin tone very well because I have very warm undertones. And I love the formula. It doesn't feel gritty or anything, and yeah, it's just so pretty. And I mean, what more can I say? I love it. And finally, something I forgot to talk about in my skincare section is this is upside down, my Huda Beauty Silk Balm. This one specifically is the blush shade. They're both kind of like clear anyway, but I have gone through an entire one of the honey shade, which is just like a yellow tinted version. It wasn't a favorite. I like the scent of this one way more, which is like kind of insignificant, but whatever. This is my 4th or 5th tube of this blush shade of this Huda Beauty Silk Balm. This is my absolute favorite lip balm, lip mask, lip treatment, any of those types of products of all time. If this is the only one that I could have going forward, I would honestly be perfectly fine with that. I love everything about this except that if this is like the only one that I'm using, meaning I'm not using like another lip balm, I can go through this tube in about a month. So that's the one downside, but other than that, just like the scent is amazing. It's like such a weird, unique scent, but it smells so good. It feels actually like silk on your lips, and it actually nourishes my lips. Like, I feel like a lot of these high-end ones are kind of just for show, but this one actually makes my lips feel so good, and I wake up with like baby soft lips if I wear this overnight. And I'll even throw this on like if I'm not wearing any makeup, and it makes my lips look so nice. Similar to the Tatcha Kissu lip mask, like there's just something about this where it makes my lips look good. So hopefully this is not discontinued, because I feel like sometimes it's not even in stock on her website. It's not being sold at Sephora at all anymore, so I'm hoping that I can still get this in the future, because if not, that would really be a bummer. But yeah, this is all I have to talk about. Speaking of Huda, has anyone been watching Love Island? If so, let me know, because I would like to talk about it with you, because I don't have anyone to talk about Love Island with this summer. So yeah, that's a little tangent. I just had to throw it out there just in case. But that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what are your most repurchased beauty items, because genuinely, like, I really want to know, because that is the stuff that like people really love. It's their tried and true products, and I feel like it tells me not only a lot about someone's collection and preferences, but also what are the really good and valuable products out there. So please let me know. But other than that, I will just see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.